Okay, we are now on page 3 of our Antarctic book, and that means we have a new pocket page, which first thing I'm going to do is label it page 3, turn it like I'm turning it in a book, and put page 4 over there. All right, so the flaps for page 3, I'll give them to you, is 7 7/8 by 4 1/4, so that's 2 lines before 8. B is 8 7/8 by 4 1/4, so 2 lines before 9. C is 7 7/8 by 6 3/4. D is 8 7/8 by 6 3/4. E is a pullout that is 7 3/4 by 7 1/2. And F is 7 3/4 by 4 1/4. All right, so now we are going to score everything except E and F. So let's take our flap A, and we're going to put this with the 4 1/4 inch side facing the top. Our flat side is face up, and we're going to score that 1/2 inch. B is going to be a pocket. So we're going to score on 3 sides, starting with the open side at the top. And that is going to go underneath flap A. Or on top. I believe it's on, we'll see when I get there. I forgot what I did. All right, so let's see. All right, C is a right flap, and the 6 3/4 side is facing the top. And D is the pocket for that one. So we are going to score on 3 sides with the open side facing the top, which is the biggest side. I got something there. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to start with the 8 7/8 going across the top. I must have put this paper down on something because it has an indentation right there. But that's going to be covered up, so. Okay, and E and F are pullouts of those pockets, so I'm just going to set those aside. And let's get these taped up, clear the way here. And let's put some tape down. Got my 3/8 inch tape. And where's my cutter tool? Here we go. This is the pocket. So I'm gonna tape all 3 sides. So these 2 go together. That on the other side, because these 2 will go together. All right, and let's press it down. So for the pockets, I'm going to cut my corners. Like I usually do. Okay, and let's get these folded. All right, so I've got my pocket page here. My 3 is up in the left-hand corner, and I'm gonna start with the, let's see, let's do the left side first, because that is flap A. So this is going to go on this side, and this pocket, let me just make sure we're good. Yeah, this sits right on top, like that. So let's put the pocket on this flap first and then put it down. So this case, we're gonna take the bottom off, the bottom score tape, and just for ease of placement, I'm gonna leave these 2 score backings on there, and then after I get this set down, I can take them off. So here's my A flap, and I'm gonna put this pocket right on top of there, and it goes right to each edge. So there's no space to the left and right, and no space. Your thumbs, let them guide you to the bottom here. Okay, and then you have a pocket. All right, let me make sure nothing is sticking out. It looks good, so I am going to go ahead and peel the backing. And the reason why I waited is just easier to maneuver it. So you can just slip right under there and take that backing off. And that's gonna go right here on the left-hand side. Now I am gonna be putting a magnet in there, but I wanna wait just a minute so I can see. I think that'll be easier when you have your insert in here, and if there's a magnet in there, it'll just hold it in a little better. But we will get to that. Let's go ahead and put this on the left-hand side. So now I've got my 3 right there. And now I have a little bit of space to the left and right, and I'm guiding it to the edge here with my thumbs. And there is our flap, a flap pocket. Okay, and now we will do the same thing to the other side. Let's take our bigger flap here and take off the bottom piece. And now this will go right on top here. So I'm looking left and right. I've got it lined up at the top. And I'm just gonna guide this down. I'm a little off right on this side. Now's the time to fix that. Move it up so it's lined up. Look at that. Oh, all right, hold up. Now it's off a little bit. that's one of the reasons why I like to just take off the one piece of score backing on the bottom, is because it's much easier to move around if you don't have it positioned right. Let me just give that a second to dry. When I have this on here the way I want, then I'll take off these sides. But right now, I'm thankful that I didn't have all three sides sticky. So I'm gonna look real carefully, use my fingers on the sides here, use my thumbs on the bottom. It's lined up. There. Much better. Okay, so I'll press that down. And now that I'm happy, I'm going to take off these bottom score backings on the sides here. Okay, and now we're going to put this on the right-hand side. Now this, it's not going to be equal like this. This one's going to go underneath. So, and I'm going to guide it right to the edge with my thumbs here. So that is going to look like this. Okay, so now magnet placement. Hold on a minute. Let me grab my magnets. Let's do the big flap first. I'll have it go right about there. Just in a little bit will decrease my chance of having a bubble right in the middle. So put it right around there. Okay, and then I'll press that down. Now the center of this page does not have a pocket. I am going to put a map right here. So there is an option for you to put a magnet in the middle. You can put down a photo mat right in the middle instead of having a pocket. So let me show you what I mean. Just before you put down design paper, you're going to decide if you want to do that. So when I show you the decoration, you will see what I mean. But for now, we are not having a pocket there. I do like to use pockets because it just gives you so much extra space for putting pictures. That's the ultimate goal, is to put pictures in here. But sometimes the paper is just so pretty. There's certain pieces you just don't want to cover up. And by having a pocket, you can make these photo books and photo mats, and that's where you can put the pictures. So on the flaps that may have a pretty scene on it that you don't want to cover, you will be able to still put as many pictures without covering up the pretty parts. So this one is going to go on top. Right. Like that. Now, what we do with our, let's bring back our little photo mats. This is E and F. F is going to go in this smaller pocket. And just put that in there. If you feel like it's a little too tight, you can always just trim off a little bit right here. So put it in and see how it feels to you. And if you want it to slide in a little looser, you can trim off a piece. All right, so that's going to go there. And the big one is going to go over here. Okay. This one you can corner around these. I'm going to corner around mine. But see how this pops up a little bit? I would like to put a magnet in here and have it land on this photo mat so that it just stays, you know, it doesn't bubble up like that. So that's optional if you want it, but for at least for this top flap, that's what I'd like to do. So I'm going to need more magnets. So I'm gonna put this on the inside of this pocket, right under there, and tape it down. And I will just leave that backing on the tape and just leave it right there. You don't have to cover that. No one's going to see it. Take the opposite magnet, put it there, peel off the back, and it's going to land on my little insert here. And that way it will just stay down better. So there we have it. So I am going to corner around this. And there, you can feel it catch, it magnetizes, and I just like that better. And what I'm going to do also, because this is still a little puffy, I am going to take a magnet, I have another one, just lay it so that it catches onto where those other magnets are, and it's going to land right here. And that will hold this one down without using two magnets. I'm going to get away with just having one. So fold that over. Now everything is nice and tight and secure. It looks good. And that's it. And if you want to corner around this one, you can. And let me show you what I did to decorate, and I'll show you this optional magnet placement right here if you want. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so this is our page 3, and I chose to have the little penguin paper right here. This one and this one are from the same sheet. This is from the 12 by 12 collection. And there's the mommy with her babies, and off on the side are these other little penguins. So I put those here, put her here, and to get her right here, I took my pencil again, laid down the 12 by 12 sheet, and I cut right below the feet. And I want to make this cut first on this side, so I don't chop off this little baby penguin's nose. I put it a little before, made a pencil mark, and then put a pencil mark over on the other side so that it lays on there nice. Okay, on the inside, I have a map. This is from the 8 by 8 collection, and it fits right on here. I just had to trim a little bit off the top and bottom. Now, if you want, you can place a magnet. It doesn't have to be dead center, but put a magnet on the inside of your pocket page that we just finished. And if you want, you can take a piece of paper. Oh, I'm just picking something here. Make it however size you want. It doesn't have to be that big. I just took a piece of scrap paper. I would trim this a little bit. And maybe put something square right here, corner around the edges, and you'll be able to put a magnet on the back that's on here. It will put your opposite side sticking up, peel off the tape, and it will land on whichever size piece you're putting here. And you will just have a photo mat that sticks. So that is optional. And that way when you lift it up, you'll see your map. And there won't be a pocket here covering your map. You don't want to cover the map. So that's optional if you want to do that. Just if you're going to do it, put your magnet in the middle. I have solid pieces here on the undersides of the photo mats. I put a piece of chipboard of the penguins. And this is the 12 by 12 piece. It's got the shells on here, and that'll make a nice layout. I did corner around those corners. Let's see. And then this piece folds over. I've got the other side of that shell paper. So that is it. The big pullout is a solid piece, and I'm going to decorate it with my cutouts. I have plenty of cutouts that I'm going to put in there. So that is page 3. Put that down a little bit. And I can still see the mommy penguin, or daddy penguin actually. And really cute. Love it. So the next video, we are on to page 4 already. See you soon.